Welcome to Trendy Flix, your ultimate destination for the latest in movies, TV shows, and streaming trends. Subscribe now and stay ahead of the entertainment curve.
Caitlin Clark's new Fever coach Stephanie White kept doing her normal job right after getting hired. She has showed that she can get it done. The Indiana Fever has been on an extensive look for a new head coach, and they finally have it, as Caitlin Clark and company will see new season under Stephanie White. She has proven to be a very responsible person. White, just hours after being hired for her new job, was still working on her duties with ESPN, as she was working the game between the Orlando Magic against the Cleveland Cavaliers on Friday night. She was working as an analyst, and she admitted that it was an eventful morning for her as the news about her new job broke out, and she talked about how she received many phone calls and text messages about it. The right head coach. Stephanie White might just be the right person for the job in Indiana. She spent the last 2 seasons in Connecticut with the Sun as the head coach there, and now in Indiana she has a young leader. As we enter this new era of Fever basketball, I am thrilled to welcome Stephanie back to the franchise, President of Basketball Operations Kelly Krauskopf said in a statement. Stephanie is part of the fabric of this franchise, both as a former player and as a member of our championship coaching team, so I am quite familiar with her elite basketball IQ and leadership style. I am sure there is no one who understands our culture better or is more equipped to take our group of players to the next level, it ended, as there is much hope to turn the franchise around with White as a leader. Stephanie White, who defended Caitlin Clark, will now guide her to success in the WNBA. Great anticipation at Indiana Fever with the arrival of White. Stephanie White spent the last 2 seasons in the WNBA as head coach of the Connecticut Sun. Now she will coach Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever. The 22-year-old, who came into the Professional Basketball League with great anticipation and attracting a large fan following at Iowa Hawkeyes, did not have the best welcome in her rookie year. Clark faced backlash from some of the league's players and referee decisions that seemed to go against her. But Stephanie, as Suns coach, showed her support and patience with Caitlin after her first 2 WNBA games, not knowing that she would now be the leader guiding and directly influencing the league's newest star. White, experienced in leading her players to peak performance, called for calm and assured that Clark is a player with a deep love for basketball and a potential that will blossom over time. Last season as head coach of the Connecticut Suns, she set a new franchise record by leading the Suns to a 27-13 overall record. As a result, she was awarded the title of WNBA Coach of the Year 2023. Stephanie White defends Caitlin Clark. Stephanie, as a professional, expressed her point of view and asked for calm in the face of criticism and comments towards Clark after her first 2 games in the WNBA. When I see everything that is being said about Caitlin Clark, I think, calm down. She's going to be fine. She's only been in 2 games. Are you serious? Said White, demonstrating her experience and professionalism and knowing she saw all the promise of women's basketball in Clark. For White, the star player's talent is no secret, but she stresses that big changes and improvements require patience and consistency. White noted how Clark is a student of the game, improving each season and moving forward at her own pace. However, for White, it's also important to remember that absorbing all the new information that comes with the jump to the WNBA is a process. You can't assimilate all the new information in 2 games or in just 2 weeks, she explained, advocating for the progressive development the Indiana Fever player will need. The coach emphasized the importance of working on fundamentals during the season, but also using off-season time to refine specific details. Let's continue to play to our strengths and find new ways to get the ball to our players. When the off-season comes, we'll work on that next step or level, White said. And that is precisely what Stephanie can now do this off-season with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever players after being named their head coach. With these words, before learning she would be the Indiana Fever's head coach, White reaffirmed her commitment to basketball, and now her goal is to guide Clark and the team to their full potential. Her leadership and experience will be key for Clark to continue to evolve and eventually live up to the high expectations surrounding her in the WNBA.